Thanks for tuning into the Trade Setup with me, Niraj Shah. Yet another day when the market surprised the bulls, or maybe the bears at least, not the bulls really. But we'll get to that in a moment. First, the global news flow. And if you're a football fan, then there is news flow out there too. But big news first, Jerome Powell is saying that holding rates higher for too long could jeopardize economic growth. Did the markets therefore believe that there will be rate cuts soon? No. I don't think even that is being spoken about. It's a bit of keeping both sides balanced because I think fresh data needs to come in before rate cut decisions can be taken. Stock futures in the US are little changed after S&P 500 notched another record close. And in Asia, Nikkei is near all-time intraday highs, even as the other Asian markets have slipped. This is as of 7:20 a.m., so keep that in mind. Like I said, if you're a football fan, Spain has defeated France 2-1 to enter the Euro 2024 finals. And in other news, while the markets have been sluggish, China's ETF market has seen explosive growth. Inflows have jumped 5x in 3 years. The reason why this is important, viewers, is because we are looking at a fair degree of passive flows and passive products being built out in India as well. Is this the start of something that could lead to massive passive flows into India on the global side of the ETF front and in the local side on some of the MFs as well? I think key question. Anyways, what is it that the US markets did? Nasdaq was flat, S&P was marginally higher, futures are little changed. Asia, Nikkei is in the green, the other markets are okay. Hang Seng versus Shanghai kind of nullifies, but the others, Kospi, ASX, Straits Times, etc. are all flattish. We'll probably have a flat start to our markets as well. At least the GIFT Nifty or the implied open seems to suggest that. But remember, yesterday was the same and then we notched new highs. So who knows what happens today. Speaking of new highs, let's bring in what the trade setup is. And I think this is the key thing. It's very difficult to call tops in the market currently, despite they being overbought. Indicator after indicator is saying that now this market is starting to look slightly toppish. But as Andrew Holland was saying yesterday, he's not sitting on short positions because they're waiting for the markets to give the signal, because this market is in a mood of its own. And no matter what people think about how it's prudent to sit on cash, at some point of time they'll turn out to be right. For now, they're turning out to be wrong. That's the simple point. PSU Banks yesterday had a big rally, 1.28% higher, with yields coming off. And therefore, I think bond yields remain the key to watch. And if yields were to slide further, then you might actually see PSU Banks do more. So keep an eye out. After a long time, we saw some PSU Banks buying coming in a big way. Excuse me. What is seeing sustained buying though is pharmaceuticals on reasonable valuations and strong Q1 expectations. So Nifty Pharma was up 1.57% yet again yesterday. And watch out for that bucket, because 3 out of the last 4 days, we've seen some serious buying coming in pharma. Where I'm a bit confused about, viewers, is autos, and I don't know what will happen there. I was talking about it yesterday or day before as well, that the inventory buildup that has come in is probably indicating that maybe, just maybe, there could be some price pressures there. And while Nifty Auto had a big day yesterday because of Maruti alone, by the way, Maruti was up 6-7%, and Maruti contributed to this large move in Nifty Auto. And we'll get to Maruti as well in a bit. But the other auto stocks, maybe, just maybe, you want to be a bit careful. Just be wary. Don't be too gung-ho per se. Okay, let's talk about stocks to watch. I'll get to Maruti in a bit. First, the block deals, 2 block deals. Delivery Canada Pension Plan Investment Board is going to sell 3.17% stake. The offer price is in the range of 378 to 389, which is a discount of 0.7 to 3.5% to yesterday's close as well. Watch out for Delivery. It's still, Canada Pension Plan still held upon 5.96% stake. So there's still some more stake. I reckon that a very high discount, so maybe the book will get absorbed quickly. They would have gauged that. Similarly for Mankind as well, block deal today, offer size 763 crores at a discount of about 2% to current market price. So really not dramatic a discount. Again, might get absorbed. Pharma is anyways in a good mood. What is not in a good mood are 2 stocks which have come out with their Q1 results or updates. Delta Corp, not the best of numbers. Revenues down 30%, PAT down 68%, operational metrics. EBITDA margin looked at 16.9 versus 36.9, and this is the problem with Delta Corp. The revenue from gaming operations has now come off 33%. Remember, the April to June quarter is not the strongest quarter per se, though April and May are, but not necessarily the strongest. The strong quarters are the festive season quarters, but be that as it may, the reason why this is important is that the business model has a couple of question marks to itself currently. And there are these days when Delta Corp has this brief, very sharp upsides. You ought to be careful of buying those upsides until the results turn. I don't think they've shown a very positive quarter in the last few times. And thank you for pulling this, because look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Or this is what I'm talking about. A bit of a spike that came in. People were wondering what is happening. Is there a pre-budget expectation, etc. The results not quite showing. Okay, Marathon Next Gen, again, a disappointing number. Pre-sales down 45%. By area, by value as well, pre-sales was down about 46%. So not a great pre-sales quarter. Collections were up 17%, which is probably a good thing. But let's see if Marathon has any reactions positive to itself. I would reckon it will be negative, by the way. Maruti, like I said, will be in focus. Brokerage Notcity has a buy rating. The target price is 15,100 versus 1287. This one was up 7% yesterday, by the way. Maruti City is saying they're adding upside 90-day short-term view. This is short-term trading view for 90 days. They are maintaining Maruti as the top sector pick fundamentally, but they're saying that Maruti's market share in Uttar Pradesh was 44 versus 42% nationally. And if indeed on that hybrid cars, other states follow UP, then that could see further upside to Maruti's volumes. They're notably marking NCR, Delhi, Haryana as the key things. Their target price 15,100. But remember, this is a short-term trading view that they've attached to the long-term fundamental view as well. Watch out for Maruti. But like I said, Maruti is doing well. The others maybe not. And I think Axis has this note on Mahindra & Mahindra price cut. They are saying that the overall EPS impact of price cuts on certain variants of XUV 700 is marginal. But the price cut shows weakening demand and pricing environment in the overall PV industry. The point that I'm trying to make, just be a bit careful about betting on autos. So that's the other piece. By the way, speaking of brokerages, Jefferies has this note on Supreme Industries. They've raised the target price to 6,700 versus 5,390. The current price is 6,028. They say that they forecast higher earnings CAGR over FY24 to 27 versus the historical. Similarly, higher volume growth as well, 17% versus history. And they are raising the target multiple as well, the P to 46 times, which is a premium to historical average because of the growth. Watch out for Supreme, could react today. Watch out for Credit Access Grameen. Goldman Sachs has this note, a buy rating with a target price of 1784. They did a stress test on Credit Access Grameen because they liked the stock, and this other stock came out with decent colors, limited downside, risk reward is attractive. So they are bullish on Credit Access Grameen. So that's something you got to watch out for as well in the session today. Well, thanks a lot for joining in on the straight setup. In the comment section, do let us know if you want something else on this piece.